Test, 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 test.
Good evening and welcome to the March 23rd meeting of the Conestoga Valley School Board Directors. To those in attendance and also to those online, would you please first join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is our second meeting of the month where most official votes are taken, many of which are listed on a consent agenda, which includes those items which are routine or have been discussed at our last work session, which was 2 weeks ago or previously. Our meetings observe all legal requirements and our district policies to the best of our understanding and ability. All agendas and related public documents and details are posted on the district website. So yeah, thanks for bearing with us for we had it on good authority the weather was going to be nasty, and it was. It just came in much after the board meeting last week, so thanks for coming tonight instead. So we have a couple things for tonight. Obviously, Dr. Hartman is not here. Jill Kozer is sitting in for him tonight. He does have a good reason to not be here, I promise. We are also missing Miss Marilyn Martin. So before we take attendance or anything, I would like a move to appoint Katie Meyer as Secretary Pro Tempore for this meeting tonight.
So moved.
Do I have a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, Mrs. Meyer, you are the Secretary Pro Tempore. So would you please give us attendance for tonight?
7 members are present. Dr. Diane Martin and Ms. Laura Givler are absent.
All right. Are there any changes? What's that?
We have a quorum.
Awesome. Are there any changes to tonight's agenda? There are none. Okay. I will mention that Mrs. Hunsinger is actually out sick. So when we get to the item for under the action discussion agenda for the budget review, I think we'll just table that for next week. You can review the information. If you have any questions, you can bring that to, I'm sorry, I said next week. For the first meeting of next month, there's nothing in that needs approval or anything. It was just a review, so we'll go over that with Ms. Hunsinger first meeting of April. Could I have a move and a second to approve tonight's agenda, please? Okay, second? All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, we have an agenda. So we'll start with some board commendations. Give me 1 second. Riley Fiddler, a senior at CVHS, starred as Persephone in Effort of Performing Arts Center's Hades Town Teen Edition, which is an awesome show, by the way. And that show ran from February 13th to the 22nd. Also in the CVVA report this evening, at the bottom you'll see another section about Riley Fiddler and some of the things. She's been very, very busy doing lots of things, which I know she has been. I've seen her in previous shows when she was in younger grades here at CV. Really, really talented girl. Congratulations to Leola Principal, Dr. Taylor Eloisa, and Leola Reading Specialist, Mr. Dave Paul, on being selected to present at the AIM Institute for Learning and Research's annual Research to Practice Symposium. That is a long title. Dr. Eloisa and Mr. Paul spoke as part of a panel discussion entitled Effective Implementation of Literacy Initiatives Begins with Hard Questions. This renowned professional learning conference for structured literacy practitioners also featured sessions by Dr. Hollis Scarborough, the reading rope creator, and Nancy Hennessy, comprehension expert. Big kudos to Taylor and Dave for representing Conestoga Valley School District and Leola Elementary's hard work in the implementation of structured literacy leadership alongside national leaders in this area. That is a very, very cool thing. The high school's campus greenery is now delivering to the middle school. The staff order from the campus greenery's weekly offerings, and students personally deliver each order to the middle school. And there's a great picture of our buddy Michael delivering some greens, which is super cool. It's nice to see that being delivered now, that they've got it down to a science, and they're actually taking care of staff. Last week, Dr. Christine Mitchell, Director of Early Childhood Education Operations at Straighterline, which is a leading provider of high-quality, affordable online courses that help learners earn college credit and meet their professional goals. She visited Mr. Gurl's pre-K counts classroom at Leola Elementary. Dr. Mitchell had visited the same classroom earlier in the year and was so impressed by what she saw that she wanted to come record video footage to use in future training videos. And Dr. Kozer mentioned to me, these are national training videos. So she came back to record footage for national training videos. That is a huge deal. And we're super proud of what's happening in Leola. Very, very cool. And then there's a picture of her actually recording, a picture of her taking a picture. I love that. I think that's very clever. So that's all the board commendations. Are there any superintendent's comments tonight?
I do have a few comments this evening, so thank you for welcoming me to the table tonight. We are excited for our upcoming theater productions that are happening at the middle school and high school in the next month. At the middle school, our spring play, The Last Gladiator, is actually happening this weekend. It will be here at Smoketown in the auditorium. And then our high school musical is Frozen this year. That's happening April 9th through the 12th, and you can get your tickets now. They're available through the information that Katie sends out weekly. Also, anybody can help spread the word that our kindergarten registration is open. Can you believe that we are welcoming the class of 2039? That will be our graduating class for this kindergarten group. We have transitioned to kindergarten activities that are happening in all 4 of our elementary schools. We've had a great turnout so far. Actually, we've had more kids coming out and enrolling this year than in previous years. So our First 10 team has really been working on getting that word out. Speaking of First 10, I am going to take this opportunity tonight, as you probably could have predicted, to highlight just a successful implementation of our Spring Play and Learn series for our infants, toddlers, and preschoolers. I want to thank Karen Sullivan, our First 10 administrator. She recently just closed out what we call our Gym Jam sessions at Fritz Elementary, and these were open to 0 to 5-year-olds and their families. We had about 22 children come for the first Saturday morning, 26 children and their families the second Saturday morning. Our CV staff members, Bobby Swift, our PE teacher over at Fritz, was helping kids climb up the ropes. Katie was there taking pictures, Michelle Trasborg supporting the event, and a big thanks to Ken and his operations team, because somebody had to transport all of the goodies that you see here over to Fritz. So I cannot tell you how wonderful this was. What made this particular Play and Learn really unique was that all of the materials you see here were funded through a grant from the Conestoga Valley Ed Foundation. And so Mrs. McClune was there on Saturday, and we all got to see this in action and see that just the joy and the excitement on our families' faces. So really great opportunity, and I wanted to say congrats to our First 10 team for their hard work on the Play and Learn series this spring. Thank you.
That's awesome. It's hard not to smile at pictures like that. Any board comments this evening?
I just had a quick question in regards to the kindergarten registration. In my mail, we got a flyer about kindergarten registration, but we don't have any more kids registering. Is there just a list of that just keeps going out, or is that just?
So we actually purchased a mailing list from the post office, and I didn't know this, you can target very specific populations. So we targeted and bought a mailing list of households that have children, I believe it was 7 and under, figuring there might be younger siblings. We wanted to catch everyone that might have a kindergarten eligible child, or friends.
Yeah, I was just curious. I just didn't know if we were just,
we wanted to save money. We didn't want to do a blanket mailing, and we realized we could purchase a very specific mailing list, so.
Okay. And the other thing was I attended the Harlem Wizards last week. It was very well attended. It's always a good time, and the kids had a really good time. It was pretty full, and I want to thank all the staff that tried to win the basketball game, but as always, no luck. So that's about it.
Anybody else have anything to share? I did want to give kudos to the high school track team, which is out against, I think it's Mannheim. That wind is brutal, and it feels like the middle of winter again. So I don't know how they do that. And I'm well insulated, more than they are. I don't understand how they don't get cold. But anyway, kudos to them, and I understand that they're dominating right now, so we'll take it. Is there any correspondence that you're aware of, Mrs. Meyer? No? Okay. All right. So No presentations tonight, so we'll move to our first part of the agenda for public comments. If there's anybody that has anything from the public they want to share about tonight's agenda specifically. Okay. Are there any comments from CVEA? No. Okay. Or any other employee groups? I don't think so. All right, so the consent agenda, which is items A through J. If there are any questions about that, or if anybody has any comments they want to bring up, now's a great time to do that. Kathy?
I want to just commend Robin, Dr. Ham, on her special ed plan. That was a lot of work, a lot of detail, a lot of information. Kudos.
Absolutely. So if there's no questions, then I will take a move to approve the consent agenda items A through J.
I move we accept the consent agenda as presented.
Okay, can I take a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Edie? Ms. Groff? Mr. Benigno?
Aye.
Ms. Fisher? Mrs. Kapka? Ms. Trowbridge? And Mr. Gensel?
Aye. All right. So then action discussion agenda, like I said, item A, we will review that first meeting of April with Ms. Hunsinger. But now we're going to talk about the thing that I've been dreading the most as things warm up, which is mowing.
Mowing? Yes. Yes. At least the one thing winter does for us, it kind of slows it down, so, but then we have all the leaves to pick up and everything. So typically, every 3 years, we bid out our mowing contract. This covers all our elementary schools. The one thing I did a little differently this year was I asked for an alternate bid to provide us with the cost of mowing all those islands up at the middle school parking lot, which is more than I ever want to mow, but township requirements. So bids came in very well with the three that I'll say two of them came in very, very decent. The third, he was much higher than the others. Others just didn't have the capacity in their schedule to accommodate us this year, which that ebbs and comes and goes. So my recommendation is to award the project for the 3 years to Sunset Edge Landscaping for $159,000 with the alternate bid to mow the islands at the middle school for, what was it?
21.6.
Total cost was $21,600 for the 3 years. So total contract would be $180,600 for the 3 year period. So this actually has built in it more mows than we need, because there's sometimes you actually need 2 mows in a week, and then there's other times where you might not even need 1, but I built in some buffer in there to cover us, and it's done very well for us these past couple years worth of contracts anyway. So I believe this is the 4th contract I've bid since I've been here. So
The fourth 3 year?
yes,
They're all 3 year bids every time?
yes, always a 3 year bid.
Okay.
Couldn't tell you why, but we do them as 3 year bids. We do trash collection the same 3 year bid.
Yeah, I like
So-
a 3 year price lock. Nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. And you need approval on this tonight, correct?
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
fine. Anybody have any questions? Go
Mrs.
for it.
Groff.
Did they request a clause to cover fuel
No,
prices?
nobody put in a cost for like a fuel surcharge or anything.
Well,
So,
maybe
and I typically have that covered in the bid specs as well.
Oh, okay.
That, it's all inclusive, so, whatever their pay increases or whatever
I know
they
for a lot
have
of them,
to.
I mean,
they have to-
that part of their services, that the cost is doubled.
Correct, yes. I completely agree. It's making us a little nuts when it comes to budgeting for like fuel costs for buses and things.
Do you expect we're going to be asked for that from any of our other contractors?
I don't anticipate that. Typically, the language in the specifications does not allow that.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure we'll see it from other vendors at times. If we order specific parts or things like that, I'm sure we will get hit with a fuel surcharge somewhere in that itemized list.
Have we worked with Sunset Edge before?
We have not. I have vetted them out, reached out to some of their current clients and things. Smaller company, so I think his overhead is much lower than some of the other ones that are out there, but good reviews all around.
Good.
So,
Any other questions? All right, then I need a move to approve the mowing contract bid.
I move to approve the mowing contract bid for Sunset Edge.
All right, let's do a roll call vote, please.
Mrs. Groff? Mr. Benigno?
Aye.
Mrs. Fisher? Mrs. Kapka? Ms. Trowbridge? Mr. Gensel?
Aye.
And Mr. Eby?
All right, there's your mowing plan.
all right, thank you.
Sure. All right, up next, we have the review and the approval of withdrawing the unlimited construction company from that general contract bid.
Good evening. In the board packet tonight is a letter from our office. Actually, it covers both items C and D, so I'll explain those. They kind of go in tandem tonight. Last month, the board approved all the bids for Fritz Elementary. Following that, we received a call and an email from the general contractor that was approved, UCS Unlimited Construction Services, that said they were no longer able to proceed with that contract. And so item C is just the approval of that withdrawal. As a result of that, we contacted the second low bidder, who is more than willing and excited to be a part of this project. So that's ECI. They're currently on projects with the district and have had successful projects with the district in the past number of years, actually. So that is this other piece of this letter here. So it's similar to the letter that we presented last month. It just has the general contractor this time rather than the GCMCPC. So that's the new low bidder with their low bid amount, plus again, the alternate for the mill and overlay of the parking lot, which was accepted previously in March. So yeah, I think that covers both those items. Are there any questions?
I may have missed it, but are they going to be giving us the penalty for withdrawing?
Yes, so following tonight, the district solicitor will be sending a letter to the lawyer for UCS in regards to that. And they've already had conversations about that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I imagine the removal is the first step, and that gets the ball rolling.
Right.
So I guess we'll do this, oh, go ahead.
You want a motion?
Yeah, so I need a motion. We'll do it in two steps. A motion to approve the withdrawal of unlimited GC as, well, yeah, the unlimited GC contract. Let's start with that.
Yep. I move to approve the withdrawal of the unlimited GC contract.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Benigno?
Aye.
Mrs. Fisher? Mrs. Kapka? Ms. Trowbridge? Mr. Gensel?
Aye.
Mr. Eby? And Mrs. Groff?
Excellent. And then I'll take another motion to approve the acceptance of ECI as the GC contract.
I move that we accept ECI as the general contractor.
I have a second? Second. All right, another roll call, please.
Mrs. Fisher? Mrs. Kapka? Ms. Trowbridge? Mr. Gensel?
Aye.
Mr. Eby? Mrs. Groff? Mr. Benigno?
Aye.
All right, you're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
All right, so up next, we have the nomination and approval of the IU13 board representative. Ms. Groff has been doing this for a while. I discussed it with her. She would like to continue. So I'm going to nominate Mrs. Groff to be the new representative for continue as the board representative for the IU13. Are there any other nominations? Okay. So then I figured that would probably be that one. That would be easy. So I just need a motion to approve Ms. Groff as our board representative for the IU13.
I move we accept Ida Groff as board representative for IU13.
Can I get a second? Second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right. Congratulations. You get to keep doing what you do. Yep. Yeah. And I will add that Idette and I also talked, and I will be her alternate for the Lancaster Academy. So in case something comes up, I can swing over and catch up with those as well.
Comment?
What's that?
Comment?
Oh.
When you get there, you're not allowed to vote.
Right.
Basically, are just,
Observing.
you're observing, you're participating in the meetings. And I'm on the early childhood and special ed committee, and that's an interesting meeting.
I appreciated the board job description. Do we have that for our regular school board? Do we have a description?
That's a good question.
I mean, it was just one page. I thought it was very good and would be,
You mean just for like a general school board member job
Right.
description kind of a thing?
right, and it'd be good for people interested in being school board
Yeah.
when they're looking to see what does this entail, and it doesn't take 6 weeks to find it out.
That's a great question. We'll find the answer.
Okay.
For the information agenda, you have the 3 reports in front of you. Finance and operations, the curriculum instruction, 2 reports. Any questions as you've reviewed those for finance and operations? Like I said, on the curriculum report for the CVVA comment at the end, you'll find more information about Riley Ridler, who was on the board commendations, just some interesting info there. Any news on federal funds?
Nothing this month.
Okay. All right, board reports. You have an IU13 report attached. Anything of note there?
Well, a couple things I'd bring to your attention. They did come out, if you're interested in that, in PSBA's, I forget what they call it. It's a review of the state of education from last year.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I haven't had a chance to add Advocacy Day to the calendar. That's on May 4th. You should have your winter bulletin finally. I know that came out a little bit late. Other than that, I just bring your attention to the 2 pieces of legislation that affect us directly. One is on closing the gap in the Sunshine Law that was passed by a judicial ruling. I will tell you, PSBA is not in favor of closing that gap. They didn't. They actually spoke in favor of the judge's decision. So I think there's a split on board members on that. But there's also another issue, and this is access for posting our agenda. PSBA is in favor of that. But I've been listening to a number of the interviews and with legislators, and they're not in favor of doing that unless there is no local newspaper. So if you're interested in letting them know you disagree, they have not come out with a resolution for full boards. But if you check the PSB website, or if you open the under the dome that they send you once or twice a week, there's a link that has a sample letter. If not, I do have the list of the points that they want, that they suggest that you use in those letters, but they want individual letters this time. That's it.
All right. Nothing from Lancaster County Academy. Was there anything at the CTC worth mentioning?
I don't have anything for tonight.
Okay. Construction team update is attached for Leola. For those that you guys sat on the meeting, anything worth mentioning? We have a board tour coming up.
Yeah, unless you want to remind the board of the
Yep.
tour, that's probably it.
I think that's, I can't remember the exact date, April.
It's
Yeah,
It's the second meeting of
in
our-
April.
yeah, yeah.
So if you can do that, please, it would be nice to walk through that and see that building.
The only
just
question
about
is,
completed.
that's at 5:30. Do we need to bump that to, I know,
Honestly, it should be plenty of time, yeah. There's a lot more, I know,
fun to talk.
when I've done the walkthroughs, I have a lot more questions when I can see everything underneath the ceilings and walls, because it's all exposed. I find I
Right.
have a ton of questions. When it's all sealed up, it's like, Ken, these colors are pretty, did you pick them out? Which usually the answer is no, and then we move on.
Okay.
So,
You got it.
but yeah,
It's scheduled for the 20th.
20th, thank you. Yeah, so the 20th we'll do a board tour then. But it's looking great, just from the pictures. Nice to see everything buttoning up really nice. And I think teachers have already been in to see their new spaces too.
I was going to say, I was there when the teachers got in for the very first time, and I cannot even tell you the smiles and the happiness and the excitement in that building that day. I mean, it was just, they love it. So job well done by everyone, just positives all around.
Especially, I imagine, for the fifth grade teachers who have always taught in the catacombs, what we called it, with the giant pillar right in the middle of their room, which are now gone. That's exciting. They actually look like regular classrooms now. So, very cool. Any other reports or anything like that tonight? I don't think so. This is the second part of the meeting for public comment. If anybody has anything general they want to share with the board. Okay. Any board announcements or initiatives tonight? Okay. Next meeting will be April 13th, followed by April 20th with board tour. Keep in mind, we have a retreat on April 27th. That'll be our second retreat for the year, so make sure that date's marked down. Other than that, I will take a motion to move to executive session for a student discipline issue.
So moved.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about.